The Batman. Operation Isus. Part 3, Gotham needs a hero. Disclaimer. This is only a comic book, fanfiction, crossover story. The fictional characters in this story are within the DC comic universe and Marvel comic universe. The Batman, Operation Isus is only a fanfiction comic book story, and the Batman story is not canon to any of the Batman fiction or lore. Vandale. Wayne Manor/cocktail party. As a young person of Gotham, Bruce threw glamorous cocktail parties at Wayne Manor. So, what's a crossover then? Asked Benita. A crossover is when two or more comic book companies collaborate to do a comic book, movie, etc. Said Tyron. Wait, isn't that the same as the multiverse? Asked Benita. The multiverse is more of a shared universe within the same comic book company, said Tyron. So, a crossover is like its own separate thing, said Benita. A crossover is far bigger than a multiverse, said Tyron. I'm getting this now, said Benita. I love it when an unknown or not so popular comic book character becomes the breakout star that everyone totally raves about, said Viktor. Such as, said a bright-eyed young man named Clark Kent. Isus, said Viktor. Wait, who? Asked Benita as the room lit up with overexcitement. Who the heck is Isus? Asked Clark. Isus battled the Greek god Zeus, the Egyptian god Anubis, and the Hindu goddess Kali, said Viktor. As Isus battles, he absorbs his opponent's powers and abilities, said Bruce. So, he sets his sights on formidable foes, said Clark. Viktor menacingly gazed over at Clark as he sipped his sour apple and cranberry cocktail. Wait, you're not from around here, said Tyron. I'm from Smallville, actually, said Clark. What brings you to Gotham? Asked Benita. I'm heading up to Metropolis for a job offer, said Clark. He's just passing through then, said Tyron. Way cool, said Benita. Welcome to Gotham, said Bruce. Thanks, said Clark. Gertie's Burgers and Bistro/Sidewalk. Bruce gazed through the window at Gotham's white-collar crooks, illegal stock traders, mob bosses, drug dealers, hackers, etc., as they dined together as if they had no clue of each other. Gotham needs a hero, said Lucius as he now stood next to Bruce as they both gazed through the window. I keep hearing this, said Bruce. Gotham PD can't do it alone, said Lucius. Understood, said Bruce with his eyes wide open as he now knew what he needed to become. I saved seats for you inside, said Viktor as he leaned out of Gertie's front door. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer, said Lieutenant Jim Gordon as he walked up and stood next to Bruce and Lucius. Nice, said Bruce. Gertie's Burgers and Bistro/Inside. Nick would love this place, said Lucius. Who's Nick? Asked Bruce. A brother from another mother, said Lieutenant Jim Gordon. Meaning, said Bruce. We all run in the same circles, said Lucius. I get it, said Bruce with a cool smile on his face. Wayne Tech/Lobby. As Bruce toured Wayne Tech, he bumped into Lucius. Outstanding, whispered Bruce as he peeped over Lucius's shoulder at the futuristic design on Lucius's high-tech device of a robotic white horse with dashing green eyes. Been working on this since I was a kid, said Lucius. Nice wristwatch, said Bruce as he compliments Lucius on his fancy wristwatch. It belonged to my father, said Lucius. I'd swear I've seen one just like it, said Bruce. You really don't recognize me, do you? Asked Lucius. From, said Bruce. I was in Crime Alley that fatal night, said Lucius. You're the man my father was speaking with, said Bruce. That night, your father sent a message back to Wayne Tech, and I was immediately put on payroll, said Lucius. After what happened to my parents, Lieutenant Jim Gordon promised me he'd clean up Crime Alley, said Bruce. Yet, I resisted leaving. After my downfall, Crime Alley was my new home. Last in the alley, they cleaned up all around me. As Gordon gave me my final warning, men from Wayne Tech showed up. I received an all-expense-paid, full restoration makeover. I've been working here at Wayne Tech ever since, said Lucius. Happy to have you on board, said Bruce. Thank you, said Lucius. Strange night, that night, said Bruce. It was beyond strange, said Lucius as he seriously gazed deep into Bruce's eyes. I'd love to continue this conversation, said Bruce as he detected that Lucius knew something that he wanted to tell him. Certainly, said Lucius. Wayne Manor/home movie theater room. Excalibur, said Bruce as he walked up and stood next to Alfred as he watched the movie called Excalibur. One could learn a lot from this movie, said Alfred. Gotham needs a hero, said Bruce. True, said Alfred with the biggest smile on his face as he recalled how much Thomas and Martha loved the movie Excalibur. Wayne Manor/Bruce's home office, home computer. Bruce watched Viktor's report on the Independence News Network. After the death of Thomas and Martha Wayne, Gotham changed overnight. Strict laws went into effect, such as 9 p.m. curfews during the week and 11 p.m. curfews on the weekends. The people of Gotham regularly received mandatory criminal characteristics questionnaires in the mail. High up in the skies flew Gotham Patrol blimps. Day and night, Gotham police patrolled the streets of Gotham. That was all before. Now, as a direct result of Gotham citizens creating barn fires to burn their mandatory criminal characteristics questionnaires, and Gotham's increasing crime rate, Gotham PD ordered tiny monitors with hidden speakers inside of them. These tiny monitors will be placed all over the city of Gotham. In addition to Gotham's patrol blimps, they are adding patrol drones. All this means Gotham PD will be able to monitor everything and everyone in the city of Gotham. Wait, there's more. Recently Gotham PD ordered high-tech body scanner devices. With the body scanners, anyone Gotham PD deems as suspicious will get scanned. If the scanner displays the alert message criminal characteristics, then the suspicious person or persons will be questioned and/or transported over to the Gotham Police Department. Gotham already has a huge problem with young people breaking curfew and backtalking Gotham PD. So, just how will the citizens of Gotham react to even more monitoring? It's just a matter of time before crime overruns the city of Gotham, once again, said Viktor. Wayne Manor/Bruce's home office/on the phone. How much for the fancy horse? Asked Bruce. 1.5 million sounds about right, said Lucius. Suddenly, displayed on Lucius's high-tech device, was a pay me alert with the amount of $1.5 million. Offer accepted, said Lucius. Robotic horse design sold to the only buyer. Me, said Bruce. Except it's not just a design, said Lucius. Come again, said Bruce. Meet me at the west entrance of Gotham Tunnels, said Lucius. Gotham Tunnels. Lucius toured Bruce around. These tunnels run directly underneath Wayne Manor, said Bruce as he recalled being a kid, falling into the tunnels, and surrounded by bats. Indeed, said Lucius as he pressed buttons on his high-tech device. Out of the shadows walked the robotic white horse with dashing green eyes. Stetson, say hi to Bruce Wayne, said Lucius. Are you sentient? Asked Stetson. I'm brilliant when I need to be, said Bruce. I'll accept that as an answer, said Stetson. Gotham Tunnels would make a great hideout for someone, let's say, the hero type, said Lucius. It's perfect, said Bruce. Part 4. Coming soon.